occupied by the Lord, our Savior. So if they were ghosts or aliens, they would actually be demons.
Or angels.
Nope, just
in
demons.
America.
Nope. They would be disguised as angels, but they would actually be demons.
Interesting. Well,
we're live, but
we're live, baby.
Baby,
no more talk about alien abductions and missing time.
But the thing is, we could still, because I have studied it extensively, more than probably anything I've ever studied in my life. So I have lots of things to say about it.
Well. Did I ever tell you about that missing time?
No.
I can't believe that I never told you about the day Brian and I first talked.
I know.
I can't believe I never told. Like, how could that not have ever come up?
Seriously.
Like, it's in keeping with him that he would not have mentioned it.
Well, I rarely see him. Like,
yeah.
Rarely. Especially since he moved, but still, so funny.
Yeah.
I'm actually recording tonight for my the Monday night podcast that I'm on.
Oh, that's a football thing?
Yeah, I love football. No, it's the paranormal one. And,
okay.
It's like a pre-record for New Year's Eve. And we're all going to be in our jammies, and I got an alien onesie.
Oh, that's fun. That's fun.
Yeah.
So, like, does it have a hood that looks like an alien face? That's great. The other hosts on that show, have they experienced paranormal things themselves?
I honestly don't even know, because we just talk about very specific things every time we see each other. We don't really talk about personal lives.
Got it. Should we clap it in?
Yeah, we should do that.
Yeah!
Ow!
Ow! On fire tonight!
All right.
What's going on, you guys? It's On Fire Tonight with Josh and Tressa. I'm Josh.
I'm Tressa.
And we are here to talk about What We Do in the Shadows, Season 2, Episode 8. The episode is called Collaboration. And we're about to spoil the shit out of it. So, on the off chance that you tuned into this before watching it, pause, watch it, come back. Now you're back. Awesome, we can talk.
Hey, do you think that people are like, you know what, I hate watching quality television. I'd rather listen to a play-by-play so I know what the show is about, but I don't actually want to watch it?
I know at least one person who, whenever I told her about, like, a show that I thought she would like, she would go read the entire wiki on it before watching it. Like, the entire thing.
I hate that. That would bum me out. I want surprises. I don't even like to see commercials for movies.
I want surprises, too. And I'm the same way. Like, I get excited when I see a trailer for something that I'm excited for, but I also try to avoid... Like, I try to go in as cold as possible to everything.
Me too.
So that everything that I see, I take in with as few possible expectations.
Yes, exactly. Because I don't want to be like, well, what about that one thing that was in the trailer?
That's a fair point. I mean, also, like, I don't want to hear anyone else's thoughts on a thing before I see it. But if I'm really into a thing, I might read up more about it, like, after I've watched it or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, like, I like to really discuss things sort of book club style, like what we do here on this show. But I understand that, like, my way is not the only way. And,
sure,
you know, I don't know if there are lots of people like that one friend that will go and like read the entire wiki before checking out a thing. Like, I think that her thing is like she just wanted to like really get everything that she was seeing and not miss it. Like,
I get it.
She didn't grow up in the United States, so English was not her first language. So maybe like,
Yeah.
like that might have been an aspect to it. Although she's like more fluent than I am. So I don't know.
Yeah, but you could barely talk, so that doesn't say much.
That's true. I am a real Madodo.
You're a real dum-dum.
Yeah.
I probably could have used something like that for Kingdom, honestly.
Oh, well, you know, that's like the kind of thing where, so Kingdom is a great show and it drops you in, it has the same, one of the same things as like Game of Thrones, where first of all you have like a lot of characters and they're in a lot of locations, but sometimes they're referred to by one name or an honorific or some other like title.
And you gotta know how all
something.
that shit works. Like, I don't know anything about royalty or who's higher on the scale of titles.
Right. All of that stuff can be confusing. And so, like, it's understandable. You know, like in a book, like, that has a really complicated character base, sometimes they have, like, family trees and, like, charts and stuff.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I grew up far from lots of my family members, and I literally would ask, can I please see family trees? Who the fuck are these cousins? I swear I've never met them. I don't know who anyone is or how anyone's related to anyone.
Oh.
Like, I wanted flashcards and shit. Like my version of I wish that I had a wiki in a pre-wiki time.
I bet my son has similar thoughts. If he cared, but I don't think he does.
I gotta take off this Dracula cape. It's just a little warm. All right, so.
We start off.
Yeah.
There's a guy jogging down the street. He gets tackled by a bat. It's not a regular bat, Josh. It's Laszlo.
Yeah, Laszlo. He's just going out for a midnight snack.
Sure.
Or for him, I guess it's like breakfast.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And
as he's draining this dude, a car drives by blasting a familiar song. And he's like, motherfucker! And he's like, what is... And the jogger thinks he's being yelled at. And he's like, no, I'm not talking to you, jogger man. What is that song? When did it come out? He's like, it's Come On Eileen. From when? 1982? Something like that? The fuck it is. We find out for hundreds of years, Laszlo has been writing great songs and they've been getting ripped off. And what he heard was a rip-off of his song Chum on Eileen about a fisherman's wife.
Right. A fishmonger's wife in 1852.
It was a fishmonger's wife. Excellent.
Yes. And he's the guy that wrote I'm a Jolly Good Fellow because he was a jolly good fellow.
Right. It's not originally, it wasn't for he's a jolly good fellow.
That's
it's for
stupid.
I'm a jolly good fellow, for I am.
Thank you. But
And
they're
then,
coming at the door.
Ding dong.
Bing bong.
It's Benji Everett, Nandor's old familiar. This 98-year-old man standing at the door, excited to be made a vampire.
His name is Benji. It's been 40 years.
Oh, what a surprise, Nandor says. You haven't aged a bit.
Well, the thing is, he wouldn't shut up about wanting to be a vampire. He got very annoying. He was super fun to party with, but...
Yeah, back in the 70s. And we see like a great photo montage of them at protests and them also supporting Nixon and Agnew. And they have cone heads.
They're at the disco.
Yeah, they did a lot of stuff. They did a lot of disco dancing. They were
Is-
really into those disco nights.
Overall, this was a disco-heavy episode.
Very much so.
Yeah.
But
So, yeah.
Nandor was sick as shit of listening to Benji ask, "When are you going to make me a vampire?"
So he wiped his memory and left him at a rest stop in Delaware.
And then he was found by the woman who would become his wife that cleaned him up. She believed, and therefore he believed, he must be whacked out on drugs.
Yeah.
And helped him get into the insurance game. Oh, that's a
Don't
wonderful
feel
industry.
bad for me. I don't.
And then his wife told him to check out the app Luminosity.
What happened to that app? That doesn't still exist, does it?
I don't know. I only know it because they used to advertise around the time that this show came out. So I don't know. Their
was
whole thing
bullshit,
was
right?
like have a better memory, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So he recovered all of his like wiped memories just by using that app.
Yeah. But you know what? I get it. Nandor was testing me.
So then we cut to Laszlo and
They're listening to records.
Yeah, going over some of his own old hits.
Like this old schoolyard ditty. No, go ahead. Oh, stroke, stroke, stroke your cock. Make it cream. Merrily, 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 life could use more cream. It's great because you wouldn't think that you could rhyme cream with cream. Like, people don't do that usually.
Yeah, Nandor was way ahead of the game on rhyming one word with itself.
You mean Laszlo? Yes, he was.
Oh, fuck my brain. My broken. I could use Luminosity. I'd also like to thank our new sponsor, Luminosity.
Good stuff. I remember all the things that I saw just today. That's a lie. So we're talking about Nadia and Laszlo were a musical team back
Yeah, Nadia was quite the lyricist. And she added a lot of verve and originality to their songs. And Colin Robinson walks in and asks if they want to play a concert because nothing unlocks anger and boredom like old-timey music. So he's very excited to put these people in front of a crowd.
Yeah, I mean, they've got 300 years worth of music. Songs such as Witches or Snitches, Horse-Drawn Carriage Full of Ass, and Wannabe.
Yeah. For our younger listeners, Wannabe is a song by the Spice Girls.
Okay, that's what I thought, but I wasn't positive. Okay.
Yeah, if you want to be my lover, you got to get with my friends.
Right.
Making loves forever. Friendship never ends.
No, keep going.
The Spice Girls rule.
How good was Spice World?
Spice World's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
I wonder if that's available on a streaming service and we could do a one-off on that.
Oh, for sure. Our
Honestly,
electricity.
my favorite moment in that, there's like a car chase scene in their like double-decker tour bus. And then it's supposed to like jump over a river, but it's just like a toy that they cut to.
Nice.
It's
I don't
always my
remember that,
favorite.
but yeah. And the inside was like the TARDIS. It was just gigantic inside. It was like
Totally.
a 5-story house. It was great. Yeah, so Benji's like checking out Guillermo's room.
Yeah,
He's
which
like,
he remembers everything about the house. Nothing's changed. That used to be his old room. Hey, that was my old pillow. I used to beat off into that pillow every night.
Oh, that's definitely not the same pillow.
Oh, absolutely. That's definitely the same one. I slept in this room for 10 years. And those are definitely the same sheets also.
I don't think that's me.
So then Guillermo brings Benji out with him to like...
The Familiars mixer.
Yeah, the Familiars mixer, which is like in a sort of sad conference room type thing. Like
fluorescent lights.
Yeah, it looks like they used a public school after hours.
Yeah, it was that sad.
And so, like, Guillermo doesn't really go to these mixers because it's mostly familiars, like, trading tips on how to be good familiars. And it's just, like, a place for really sad hookups.
Yeah.
And this one girl is, like, really throwing herself at him very hard, to the point where at the end of it, she's like, you don't even have to do anything.
He's walking away. And Celeste walks in the door, and she's a vampire. She's no longer familiar.
Celeste, formerly a familiar, this is the first time we're seeing her in vampire form. She's vaping blood. She's a very hip, cool, hipster
You
vampire.
probably wouldn't like it. You'd be like, ew, it's gross.
Yeah, I mean, I like it because I'm a vampire and I'm vaping blood.
Yeah.
But, like, you're human, so you wouldn't like it at all.
No. But she's got a whole plan worked out. She's going to get all these familiars, and she promises no later than 8 months she's going to turn these.
That's the maximum for each familiar. And there's, like, a whole crew around her, and she's like, I'm building a vampire community with vampire music and vampire dance and vampire origami and vampire masks. But she has a rule. She will not poach. So if you're a familiar for someone else, sorry, she's not going to take you on.
That's nice. That's recommendable. I mean, Laszlo and Nadia,
they're going over their old catalog. They're excited about the prospect of playing in front of an audience. They're a little bit concerned that, like, they're trying to be too contemporary. Maybe they should, like, go back over some of their older stuff.
But you got to remember, like, those songs were, like, the pulse of the nation at the time. Like, they encapsulated everything that was happening. Like the Olympics song that I'm not going to sing.
Yeah. So they have a song about the 1936 Olympics in Berlin, and it's like, oh, Mr. Hitler, what will you think up next? And they decide that one hasn't aged that well.
Guillermo needs to talk to Nandor now, and he needs to seriously. He interrupts. Like, Benji is in Nandor's room. He's like, great, when you make me a vampire, we can put my coffin next to yours. It's going to be great. And Nandor does not look happy about any of this, but he's extremely happy that Guillermo has walked in and created a new conversation. And it's good for Benji, too, because he has to take a leak. I love Benji.
Right? I could really go for, like, a Benji miniseries or something.
Yeah, a little spin-off.
Yeah. Just, check in with him.
The Familiars mixer. We didn't even mention the fact that there were a bunch of old people that knew him, and they were just like, oh, man, it's so good to see you. And he's like, no, I'm for sure going to be a vampire soon.
Like, I can feel it.
Yeah. And the other guy's like, I don't think so. I was first, so I don't.
Yeah, there's like an older man who was a
110.
A vampire familiar even earlier that's still waiting.
Anyway, Guillermo's like, look, bro.
Nandor. Master, not bro.
I'm just making it more relatable for the people that are listening.
Yeah, because we have a lot of bros. Our audience, all super fans, are like, bro this, bro that.
Yeah. So,
in fact, they're mostly Irish. They're bros with brogues.
It's like, yeah, you should really turn me. I want to be a vampire.
And he's like, Jesus fucking Christ, what the fuck? Everybody thinks they can be a vampire now?
Yeah.
Well, I've been waiting for 11 years. Oh, have you? Well, what if I have a better offer? Well, if you have a better offer, maybe you should take
take
it.
Okay, well,
Yeah. Guillermo
Okay.
quits.
that's fine. Benji's the best familiar I've ever had.
Yeah, he can take over.
It's fine.
So Guillermo goes to pack his room, and Nandor says, "From Panera Bread you came, and to Panera Bread you shall return."
Man, that's cold-blooded.
I'm cold-blooded. Check it and see. I've got a fever of 003.
So Guillermo shows up at Celeste. She's got a super fancy, huge, gigantic, modern loft.
Yeah, and he's like, "So, does your master still live here?" "Oh, no. She's with her clique. They're down in Miami hunting pervs." Celeste's master is a 12-year-old who's been 12 years old for 150 years,
Yeah.
and all of her friends are also tweens that have been vampires for a very long time.
I love the kid vampire so much. It's so wrong.
Yeah, honestly, I think the tween vampire is the best, though, because, like, any younger than that, and it's just tragic.
Sad. Yeah.
But once you hit tween, it's just funny.
Agree. So she's got the whole thing. So she's got so many familiars. She is building this community full of familiars that will soon be vampires.
It's a real, like, Warhol factory type scene.
Mhm. Yeah, and there's even a photo of her vampire that she was a familiar for sitting next to Andy Warhol. Did you see that?
Yes.
Okay, just wish him. There's Sam the cat. He's a familiar. And he
Yeah,
put
we've met that familiar before.
Oh, we have?
Yeah, do you remember when they go to Simon the Devious's club, there's a room for familiars,
Oh, yeah.
and one of them's the cat.
And Sam puts together an amazing charcuterie board. It takes up this gigantic table, so much food, and so delicately put together.
It's really nice of Celeste, who, of course, is grossed out by human food,
Of course.
to let the familiars have food like that.
Yeah. But
And
also,
very
yeah,
thoughtful. She's like, "You know what, Guillermo?
You're the newest one.
You're the newest one, lowest man on the totem pole, so it's your turn to go get Shake Shack." And he's like, "Oh, great, what should I get?" "Shake Shack!"
What about the charcuterie board?
Well, like, this is a real, like, you can have it all.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like it all.
Yeah. You can have fancy snacks, and you can have delicious cheeseburgers too.
That sounds like the dream. Go back to the house, and Benji is giving Nandor a shoe shine.
Yeah, and they're old shoes, and he's like, "Maybe you should, like, you have $5, you could get some new shoes. Like, that shoes don't cost that anymore." Even Nandor, who's hundreds of years old
And an idiot.
and the dumbest person, he's like, "These shoes are no good. You can't boogie in them. What do you
happened to your
boogie
white
in?"
platforms?
It's like, no one boogies anymore. He's like, "Oh, you know what this reminds me of? My grandson's really good at golf. Let me show you a picture." And then he looks in his phone, and it's all pictures of his finger.
He's almost as good as that one guy, that Tiger
Something.
Woods. I don't even know Jolf, and I know it's Tiger Woods.
Down in the band room, Laszlo and Nadja are having creative friction.
Mm-hmm. She really has a way with words, and they're driving him fucking crazy.
Colin Robinson walks in and says, "You guys should do some new songs, because whenever I go to a rock and roll concert and the band says, we're going to stop doing our hits and play some new songs, that's when the crowd really goes wild."
Who doesn't love new songs they've never heard before?
Uh-huh. That's what we paid the money for.
Yeah.
So then we see Benji's trying to teach Nandor how to golf. Like, he's got his arms around him, teaching him the, like, golf swing.
Yeah, with like a sword or something. I don't know what he had.
It's not working out well.
No,
and
hates it.
he's extremely weak. Like, he can't blow out a candle. That's how weak he is.
I didn't even see that part. So he hates it. Nandor hates it. So he goes to visit Guillermo at the big giant Celeste loft.
And Guillermo has a fucking
huge
awesome
bedroom.
room.
I mean,
It's modern and bright.
if Nandor had known he liked big rooms, he would have given him the blue room upstairs.
No, that's not what's important to me.
Sometimes Celeste just goes in there and talks. They just hang out and talk.
So they walk down
They
into
look
the
over
living
the
room.
ledge, and everyone's dancing, and Nandor's like, "What the fuck is that? What the
Everyone's-
fuck is that shit?
Everyone's doing interpretive dancing.
Tell a story with your body."
Yeah, so Guillermo starts doing interpretive dancing, and Nandor's like, "You don't have to do that." And he's like, "Yes, I do." And he keeps interpretive dancing. And Nandor quietly says to Celeste, "Be kind to Guillermo."
What's that?
Nothing.
Okay.
So we're back. Now we're at the open mic at the Chop House. We see a stand-up comic.
I love an open mic scene.
Yeah.
Why do M&Ms think I need to be horny? I'm
This
sorry.
worked better at the cellar.
And I love terrible stand-up.
So,
Wait, what is this exactly? What is an open
yeah,
mic?
why do they call it an open mic? And Colin Robinson is there because, of course, he's there to feed on the audience
Yeah.
and their displeasure. He's like, "Oh, it's when they open the mic only to the best performers. It's
The
a thing
best
of great esteem."
A prestigious showcase of top-level talent.
As it should.
Naturally. It's their turn, they go up. Yep.
We are Nadja and Laszlo, the Human Music Group.
Correct.
And they start playing songs.
First one is a love song to my wife, Nadia. And I don't remember what they did. But then we go back to Celeste.
No, we hear, "When we make love, we fly up and down." What is that? What is that a parody of?
I don't know, but I know what it is. I mean,
Yeah.
I know it is something.
Yeah, like I recognize the melody, but I don't know
Yeah.
what it is.
I feel like half of it was that. Half
Right.
of the songs. So now we go back to Celeste.
Yeah, back at Celeste's house.
And they're like, okay, you said it would be a week and you would turn us. Are you going to turn us soon or?
She's like, "Yeah, we'll talk about it later." Oh my God, you said that before. Everyone wants a timeline.
The vibe's just not right.
Yeah. And Guillermo's like, "I don't want to be a bugaboo." A bugaboo.
I don't like the sound of that word.
Celeste is trying to set a vibe.
I know how to set the vibe. Who wants to do an orgy?
And that one sad familiar's hand shoots right up.
Yeah, we know you want to do that. We
Yeah.
all know that.
But it's like looking around like, anyone?
This song is called Transformation.
Bat!
And then we get Horny for Blood.
Feeling horny for blood.
Are you calling from afar?
No, I'm calling from my car.
Yeah. Oh, did you notice the strip, like... Now I forget the guy's name. Laszlo had like a white makeup strip across his nose.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Who's the new wave guy that did that?
Gary Newman?
No.
Gary Oldman?
Yep. Colin's eyes are glowing.
Oh,
He's
was it Adam Ant?
Yep, that's who I was thinking.
He was a dandy highwayman, a handyman, a highwayman.
Dandy, right?
Was he a dandy highwayman? I think that's what he was.
I've never heard that before, so I'm just gonna agree with you.
That was his whole thing, like his style.
Mm-hmm. I understand what you're saying. I just had never heard that before.
Yeah. So, if I understand correctly, he invited Malcolm McLaren to come be their manager. But Adamant was also, like, not the most stable person. So Malcolm McLaren kicked him out of his own band and got Annabella Wynne to come in and be the singer and created Bow Wow Wow.
Ah.
Yeah. I think that's right. If I can remember, I think that was in Lipstick Traces. I think. It's a book.
Oh, okay.
Greil Marcus. You wrote about, like, music stuff.
Sounds like it.
The coming out of the glam era.
Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm.
Any whoosies.
So Colin's having a blast. Best time ever.
Anyway, we cut back to Celeste, and she's like, everyone prepare to orgy. Unfortunately,
Oh, shit.
somebody's at the door.
Oh, fuck. You guys gotta get the fuck out of here. Go!
The 12-year-olds are back early. Celeste was never made a vampire. She just wanted to know what it felt like. Her master was never going to do it. So some very angry-looking 12-year-old girls come in, and they're going to, like, murder everyone in the room. Everyone's running for their lives. It's fucking bedlam.
I mean, I've never seen people more scared in this series than against 12-year-olds.
Yes, definitely. And I've never seen Guillermo scared like that, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. This next song is a favorite of a fellow that lives with us named Nandor. It's called Let's Do the Disco. Colin's still loving it.
Yeah.
Oh,
People
there's
are
a booing.
It's the best. Meanwhile, Guillermo has managed to save Sam, the cat familiar.
Oh, but first.
Oh.
Yeah, because that's so. The show's going terribly, so they're gonna kick it up a notch and do a seafaring song from 1792 called Kokomo.
Aruba, Jamaica. And then everyone
How do
starts
they know the
clapping
words?
and singing along. And they killed.
Literally.
We literally did. We killed several audience members after the show.
Yeah, sorry. It was a magical evening. So now Guillermo's running away. And Nandor, he's following him as a bat, and he appears. And he's just like, hold up. And Guillermo's like, I was at an orgy. And Nandor's like, I don't want to know about that. Stop
trying to make me jealous.
What can I do to bring you back?
And he's like, well, I would like to have a day off. What, like once a year?
Yeah.
No, like Celeste gave us one day off a week. Oh my God, what, did she dress herself?
Like
Ugh.
some sort of cave pig?
Cave pigs are mostly known for dressing themselves.
Yeah. And he wants better snacks. Better than ice chips.
You get ice chips. Ice chips aren't snacks.
Well, I'm not much of a snacker.
So, well, Guillermo accepts. And Nandor...
Well, on the condition that he makes him a vampire, he has to promise.
Yeah, yes. It's been 11 years, and that's a long fucking time.
That is a long time. You sure I said I would do that?
Yes, definitely. 11 years ago.
I wasn't talking in my sleep.
No.
Okay. But look, I got you this pillow. It's for beating off purposes.
So then he's like, prepare yourself, and he takes Guillermo and they fly away and immediately drop the pillow, and he says, I'm not going back for it. We have a quick little scene mid-credits.
Where are we?
We're at some gas station somewhere, and this is your home now.
Okay.
Benji is just let out of the car, confused, and Nandor's like, "Step on it, Guillermo." He's like, "You're just gonna leave him here? Go." So they drive away, and Benji is very happy, and he just transforms into a bat and flies into the night.
That Nandor, he did it.
I can't wait to see what happens to him, Benji.
Do we see him again?
I don't think so. I mean, not yet. But I hope that we see him and Jenna and who else is out there?
I don't know.
There are lots of people out there.
Yeah, there are tons, millions, billions of people out there.
Yep.
Are vampires on the census?
Oh, that's a great question, because that could really skew the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't have a good count, like, you're not going to have proper representation. It's in the Constitution.
I know.
Yeah.
I read it all the time.
Yeah, I wonder if vampires have their own census. Right? Like, do they keep track of each other? Because, like,
I mean, they have to.
They have the Vampire
Council.
Council.
Yeah. And they
there's some
keep
kind of
track
hierarchy.
Of everyone, right?
I think so. But who's doing the legwork is what I'm asking here.
Oh,
what mechanism is in place?
Those guys in the robes, they're doing the legwork. Who are those guys?
Oh, right. I don't know. Those they practice their modern dance routine for decades.
I mean, you have to.
Oh, so I guess if you make a new vampire, somebody's got to report them to the census people.
Do they have like birth certificates for vampires?
Oh, good question, right? Because like it kind of matters who made you.
Mm-hmm. You gotta hold somebody accountable for some asshole. And if that first guy gets killed, that means that second guy's gonna get killed. If that's how it actually goes.
Maybe. Well, I mean, Laszlo famously got bored and just made a baby into a vampire just because he was bored.
Oh, that poor baby.
What was Dave Bautista's character's name?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Do you think that if you're a baby vampire, you eventually learn to do adult things like talk and use the toilet? Or are you just like
No, I mean, I don't think if your brain hasn't mastered language.
But maybe it hasn't mastered that because you haven't been shown it yet.
So you think that no, I mean, I think that there are physical processes that happen.
I know what you're saying.
Beyond just time.
But yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
No, this is a very scientific conversation we're having. I'm going to say both.
Okay.
Call it a draw.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh, and also, I mean, we've seen super duper old vampires. Mm-hmm. Like the Baron, who is basically just like a mummified monster.
He has no genitals.
It's true. He's Baron. It was a cruel nickname. But are there vampires who wither? Or is it just if they're left starving that they wither?
Why not both? Have you seen the episodes?
I think that the whole point is you stay eternally young. Otherwise it wouldn't be glamorous.
It wouldn't. Yeah, exactly. But have you seen the episodes with? I think he's the first vampire, and he's basically just a gargoyle.
Oh yeah.
So.
I don't remember how that works. We'll get to that.
I don't either. Maybe they evolve. Maybe they have evolved.
Maybe. Guys, unfortunately, we gotta run. This has been all the time that we have for tonight.
Oh my god, we've been running around and having orgies and...
Oh, please, I don't want to hear about it.
But...
Vaping blood.
Yeah. Singing
Interpretive
songs,
dancing. Vampire
it.
origami.
Everyone could use more cream, etc.